My name is Jake Hershey. I am from New Jersey and I'm 21 years old. In scootering, I'm kind of known as the hype man. I go to all the events, get on the mic and stoke people up, but I do a lot of work behind the scenes as well. I work for brands like Grit, Crisp, Phoenix, District, Dominator, Aztec, doing a lot of sales and marketing and stuff like that. I first got into scooters from my neighborhood. One of the kids down the block from me had a few Razor scooters and we all kind of rode them around and did a couple tricks, and I was really the only one who kept going with it and eventually got my own scooter and it went from there. The first trick that I can really remember getting stoked about was a truck driver, just 360 bar spin. I did it out of like a 3-foot quarter, and I remember I had new shoes on that day, fresh Airwalks, and this biker at the skate park was trying to get me to land it and had my new shoes on, did it first try, and I was so stoked. My biggest influences in scootering has to be Jesse Macaluso, along with Steve Wilson. I mean, Steve Wilson was one of my best friends, rest in peace, of course. But Jesse Macaluso was really the guy who taught me the tricks that I know how to do now. And you know, when he first taught me, it never left. I still do those tricks and still remember him teaching me. He was probably the biggest influence in my riding. So shout out to Jesse Macaluso. If you guys don't know who he is, look him up. First scooter I got was a Razor A2. We called it a square deck. It had shock forks and wheelie bar, which of course we took off immediately because those are useless parts in a scooter. But yeah, I got that Christmas 2002 and it was amazing. Before scooters came out, I was heavily into BMX and skateboarding. Started skateboarding when I was 5 years old. Started going to the incline club when I was 9 with my skateboard and my bike. And so yeah, I did that for quite a few years before I even knew what a scooter was. I have to say that my favorite video that's ever come out that had the biggest impact on not only me as a person, but scootering in general was Jesse Macaluso's mini video 3. It was iconic at the time. It was like, he was doing tricks that nobody had ever seen or thought of doing before, and doing them over huge box jumps and stuff like that. And it was really well edited by Brian Boston, who of course invented the Backflip. And it was just altogether an amazing video and just had a huge impact on the sport. I have a couple favorite riders. My favorite rider a few years ago had to be Robbie Menzies. The first time I ever saw him, like boost a box. Never even heard of the dude. And he was at D-side for the first ISA World Finals and was just blasting this box jump and being so steezy with it. Probably going 15 feet over this like 5 or 6 foot box jump, and it was just like mind blowing. One of the best riding styles I'd ever seen. I know he's more into like motorcycle racing and stuff now than scootering, but he's still out there shredding. Other than him, I'd have to say Lewis Williams has my heart when it comes to style and tricks and speed. He just does it like no other and just makes it look beautiful. Makes just park scootering look beautiful. So definitely, yeah, he's probably my favorite rider right now. Also, Logan Fuller kills it, so I gotta shout him out. He's staying at my house right now, capping all the footy, so he does the biggest rails. My favorite food has to be tacos. Woodward, Pennsylvania's got that taco bar. Every time I'm there, you catch me there every day. Well, my favorite trick personally is front scooter flip. It's a great feeling making the scooter just go forward and catching it and just nailing it. It's just an awesome feeling. That's one of the tricks Jesse Macaluso taught me, and I just never forgot it. I did have a period where I quit riding for about a year to ride bikes, but I never lost a front scooter flip. So that's my favorite trick to do on the regular. But my favorite trick I've ever landed has to be the Superman front scooter flip, because that just took me probably 2 or 3 days, a lot of tries, a lot of hours, getting beat up and getting real dirty and getting frustrated. And when I finally ended it, it was amazing. I was stoked. So yeah, Superman front scooter flip has to be my favorite trick I've ever landed. Well, when I did the Superman front scooter flip, it was originally filmed by Logan, who filmed it on a VX, and I didn't really have any use for it because I wasn't filming any sort of park video in standard definition. So I decided, you know, Logan, how about we just film some B-roll and do a short interview and make it into like a inspiring documentary and kind of hype people up. And I mean, it's the best trick I've ever done, so I have to make a big deal about it, and I have to use it as inspiration for other kids and aspiring scooter riders. So that's really where the idea came from and why we did it like that. One of my favorite memories in scootering, it has to be the Pro Series. I got to go to Australia, which is like, when I started scootering when I was 12 years old, if I ever thought it was gonna bring me to Australia, I would just cry. It's just like amazing that I'm able to do that. And to be invited to MC and commentate for the Pro Series was just an honor, and I have to thank Scooter Hut and Jamie Santilli from the Daily Grind for that, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to do that, and it was absolutely amazing. So I'd say that trip was, it definitely holds a place in my heart, because I got to do cool things and hold a koala and pet a kangaroo and eat Australian food and try Vegemite, which was absolutely disgusting. Thanks Nick A for the spoonful of that. But I mean, every time I hop on my scooter, it's a great memory. Making memories every day. Steel, like chromoly, yeah, definitely. Me personally, I don't do a lot of bar spins, so I don't care if they're light to do a million of them. I like to have the weight behind it and feel myself throw it and catch it, and yeah, just have some more beef on my scooter. Well, I can't backflip, so I'll have to say backflip, but I really do like the look of backflips more than backflips. I think backflips definitely take more skill than backflips. So maybe one day I'll learn how to do it. On ride pegs. I got that Phoenix Ion 5 wide, so I'm on the 50-50 game, not double pegs. 125s, what kind of question is that? You can give the best option. 125s all day. No comment. I'm not commenting on this. Well, Instagram has affected all sports. It's more instant gratification. A rider can post a really cool trick and instantly get 100 comments and 1,000 likes and whatever they get, and that's really cool. But it kind of takes away from filming full video parts and actually putting in a lot of work. I'm not saying that those guys don't put in work for those tricks that they do, but it's really cool to see a nice like 3-minute video with all the tricks that you've really seriously worked on over the year, over 6 months, or in John Dev's case, a month. But it's kind of taken away from that. But it's the future, and everything is in the palm of your hand instantly. So it's not like anybody didn't expect this to happen. It kind of stinks, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it's a way for us to gain more exposure as a sport, I guess. I mean, I'm always happy with scootering because it's always growing. I think there's a lot of fat that can be trimmed off of it. It's just people bickering and complaining about this guy's doing that and that guy's doing that, but not enough people worrying about what they're doing and their contribution to the sport. More about like what other people are doing to bring the sport down. But if there's more people talking about the positivity in it and trying to push it forward in their own way, instead of, you know, pulling everything back because they're mad that somebody's doing this or somebody's doing that. There's just more people trying to push it forward, we'd be way better off. But yeah, I'm stoked on scootering. It's awesome. It's the love of my life. Coming up, I actually just got an email that they do want me to commentate for the ISA World Finals in Barcelona. So I'm pretty hyped on that. Hopefully that all works out and I'm there and on the mic and hyping people up because it's where I need to be. Other than that, Pro Series is coming up in America, so I'll be doing that. It's in California somewhere from what I understand. Maybe I'll get to go to the other stops, not really sure yet. But mostly just staying local and really trying to get in the scene here and impact the kids in this area and really get them stoked up and make sure everybody's head's in the right place. Well, I definitely love San Diego the most out of all places I've lived because the weather is just beautiful and I get to ride every day when I'm not working or after work. Portland was pretty cool. I liked it for a while, but it just rains way too much and I don't get a chance to ride enough. New Jersey was where I grew up. I love it. I will always love it. They have pork roll and good pizza and just amazing, just everything's amazing about it, but everything sucks about it. That's the only way I can, yeah, Wawa. Wawa's great. I gotta love Wawa. I miss it. Thanks for reminding me. Cool. But yeah, New Jersey's awesome, but New Jersey sucks. I would say in New Jersey, the scooter scene was pretty strong for a while. It's kind of faded away, and a lot of the riders that you know from years ago don't really ride so much anymore. So it's gone a little bit down, but I think there's a lot more kids involved. I haven't been over there in a while, so I couldn't really tell you what it's like now. In Oregon, there wasn't really much of a scooter scene. It was just, I guess, old guys cruising around the city. And then, you know, at the contest, there might be 30 to 60 kids showing up depending on where they're driving from and what day you do it on. But I mean, down here in San Diego, it's ridiculous. I see a kid riding a scooter on every corner, and not just a razor scooter. I see him on Mad Gears and Districts and Grits and all the scooters you can think of. Every kid on the corner of the street has one, and they're riding around. It's awesome. The biggest scene has to be here in San Diego. Or LA too, because LA is pretty kicking. I kind of see myself getting a signature part, but just more like for fun. Probably be like under 30 signature decks ever made if I ever get one. Me and Ryan Upchurch kind of worked on a graphic for me just in case that would ever happen. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think I deserve it as much as the guys who actually do have them. Well, I'll tell you, when a kid's trying to get sponsored, I really don't want them to tag me in their Instagram videos. But what I do look for is the most humble kids out there that, you know, they're not snaking everybody and they're kind of watching and waiting their turn, and then they go and then they have a way about them that makes me say, wow, like that guy's different and that kid's really good, and I've never seen anybody his age or whatever ride like that, and it really impresses me. And I really like when kids work hard and put out a full video. Just recently, there's a kid on Instagram, his name is Scoots of Cheshire on Instagram, and he does a bunch of crazy tricks. And he hit me up asking if there was a spot on the Crisp team for him, and I said, well, no, but if you make a video for me, a full video, I'll consider it. And months went by, and he made one for me, and it was ridiculous. We actually just put it out today, and I put him on the Crisp Flow team because he did what I asked him to and worked really hard for it. So it was awesome. I love to see kids working hard, and the biggest thing for me is that they have to love it. They have to love scootering, because if they don't and they're just out there to get sponsored, then they're not going to go anywhere with it. If you're 18 years old and you still don't have a sponsor, and that's what makes you quit, then you never should have been riding in the first place. I want somebody who is never going to stop no matter what. My injuries haven't really been too bad. I broke my thumb once, but I rode for the rest of the day anyway because I'm an idiot. And that was like, I don't know, that was a kid. I've face planted numerous times. More recently, I separated my shoulder at Woodward, not doing anything at all, just riding through camp, and just got whipped to the ground. I think I fractured my cheek too, but I never really got it looked at. It hurt really bad. Smashed my face on the concrete really hard, and yeah, separated my shoulder. I couldn't move my arm at all for probably 2 weeks maybe, and slowly worked my way back into it. It took me a really long time to be able to even do anything at all. I'm surprised that I can even front scooter flip now, because that was like, that motion was the worst pain ever for the longest time, but it's better now. I just try not, I mean, my ankles and feet, they hurt all the time, but nothing really major. I'm more fortunate. Other than scootering, I really like to play music. I play guitar and I sing. I play a few other instruments too, but I don't really have them. Other than that, I really like going to hockey games. Go San Diego Gulls. Shout out to Scooter Farm for always hooking it up with that extra seat. And that's pretty much it. My biggest goal with scootering is just to make it bigger, grow the sport. That goal is never achieved. It's just something, it's in constant motion. It's never gonna be achieved, because I always want the sport to be growing. And that's my main goal. That's the only goal I have in life. I mean, there might be times where I set out to do something on my scooter and I say, one day I'm gonna do that, and then I do it. But I mean, I can't say that I have a goal, because there's no end goal. It's just, I'm just doing what I believe in, which is growing the sport and building a better community. If a kid was getting teased, I'd probably tell him just to punch the other dude in the face. Or if they don't want to do that, then just ignore them. I mean, you can't be influenced by what other people say. You just have to do what you want to do. And I mean, the whole world is working like that lately. It's just, the whole world is taking, a stand, and nobody wants to be judged anymore, and most people don't judge you anymore. It's like, if you look at skateboarding and BMX, a lot of the younger kids, they're growing up with scootering at their skate park, so they're more accustomed to it, and they're not even talking trash or teasing anybody. It's just like, it's cool. Everybody's kind of getting along, but if somebody is teasing you, it's just that they're not confident enough in what they do. So it's their own problem, really. Don't worry about it. Just do you. Worry about that thing under your feet and not the people in front of your face. Love what you do and do what you love. And that's it. Well, thanks for watching my interview, guys. Look in the description for all the links to any social media, cool stuff going on. Shouts out to the Scooter Farm and the guys behind the camera. You guys are the best.